Hello everyone, my name is Mehdi and today I'm gonna be doing a short tutorial for you of how to do a tie-dye texture in Keyshot, just like this image. A few weeks ago I did a semi-short tutorial on how to do the fuzz material on a pillow, and I mentioned that I worked for a client, and this was the one of the renderings that I gave to him. And there was some figuring out on how to do the tie-dye. I couldn't find any tutorial online, so I just experimented with a bunch of things, and this is the result. And I'm going to be showing you how to achieve this result. All right, then, let's begin. Okay, so as always, you need to have something that you want to replicate. And this is the kind of pillow that I want to replicate. I want the colors to be more saturated though, so I'm going to have to tweak the colors. And when you look up tie-dye pillows or just tie-dye material or texture, most of the things you find are these like circular tie-dye patterns. This is not what the client was going for, and this was closer to what he wanted. So I'm just going to stick to this one here, and we'll see how it goes. So let's minimize this. Again, I'm using the same pillow that I used for my past tutorial. The first thing you want to do, obviously, is to go and change this to plastic. And let's change the roughness to 1. Okay, it's a little laggy for some reason. You go to Material Graph, and hopefully this is going to be a short tutorial. But we'll see. Camouflage, you want to add a camouflage texture to it, and also a color gradient. So just connect the camouflage to the map of the color gradient, and then connect this to diffuse of your plastic. And let's see what we can do right now. So I guess the first thing we want to do is to change the camouflage, tweak it a little bit. Let's change the scale to 1, see how it is. Okay, I think 1 is enough. And a bump height, well, we don't want to do anything with the bump height. Distortion, let's distort it a little bit. So one of the comments on my last video was that it's confusing, tutorial is confusing, Keyshot is confusing, and really when you're doing work on Keyshot, what you want, what your final results might be, is different than what my final result is. So you're going to experiment with the numbers, you're going to play with the numbers, and let's change the color balance to 3 as well, so we get more of all these 4 colors. And let's increase the spray to, say, 5. Okay, let's do, I think 5 is enough. Let's change the scale to 3 instead, or 2. 2 works better, I believe. We want to see all the distinct colors. So we have like 2 greens, 1 brown, and 1 black. But we also don't want to see the border around them because we're using the camouflage texture. Perhaps I can. No, I think this is fine. Well, let's do 5. Let's change the color distortion to 5. And spray is, let's do 4. So we get more of those distinct colors. So one thing I realized, I thought it doesn't matter if I change these colors or not. Apparently it does. But I'm just going to keep it as is. And I'm going to add some color or different colors in the color gradient. See how it works. And if it didn't work the way I wanted it to, I'll just go back to camouflage and then change the colors one by one. So I'm going to add a bunch of different, I don't know what these are called, just the color points or something, I don't know. And obviously I want the pastel colors that I showed you earlier. And it's another Keyshot file. And let's just move everything here because I want to just like use these colors here. And let's see, white, we can do this lemony color. This one can be this like bluish color. This one can be maybe this greenish color, and this one can be pink. This one can be, say, yellow again. This one can be pink, and this one can be blue again. All right. Okay, so as you can see, we have this a monster of a tie-dye. I'm going to turn on repeat, see what happened. All right, this is obviously not what we want, so I'm going to have to tweak the colors a little bit, or not the colors, just move these color points a tiny bit, see what happens. Maybe change the scale, maybe increase the scale. Alright, let's keep it at point. Yeah, it's pretty exact. And let's change this a little bit. Say that. And no blue. And can do a little bit more saturated pink, more saturated yellow, more saturated pink again, more saturated green, and more saturated yellow. Okay, so this is our material so far. As you can see, doesn't look too good. So let me change this to either flat or diffuse. Let's change it to diffuse, so the lights won't affect it as much. No, let's change it to flat. See how it works. Okay. Let's keep it at flat for now, since I do want to see the colors. I believe the scale should be a little bit larger, so let's do 3 millimeters. I think this is pretty good. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, the color gradient is fine, and let's change this to part. Because it doesn't matter, and let's change this back to plastic. The roughness is 0. That's you don't want it to be 0. And I'm gonna add, as always, a noise texture. Let's click C on it. Too big. Let's do 1. Let's do 0.1, and I'm gonna attach this to bump. And I believe the environment is too bright, so I'm gonna have to change that. But first thing, I'm gonna make these even more saturated. So let's do super yellow. Okay, blue. Let's do very blue. Let's do very green. Okay, that's too much pink. And same with this one. And that's, I like that. And again, blue. Okay, that's too much. Let's keep it at that. And that's about it, guys. It was much shorter than I expected. You could add a fuzz knot to it. You could play with the bump material, maybe the roughness. Maybe you can add a cloth material to your pillow or something. And if you're not working on a pillow, maybe you're doing it on like a t-shirt or a blanket or something. You could do a bunch of weird stuff if you would like to. But this is basically the tie-dye that I promised. And this is how you're supposed to get the tie-dye. Just add a camouflage, connect that to a color gradient, and then connect that to your diffuse material. And that's about it. I hope I'll see you next week. And have a good day. Bye.